It sucks right now, I'll be perfectly honest. Hey everybody, Phil here. So I am doing a check-in video. It is the end of June now. So the first week of June, took a vacation, went down to Cabo, had a ball. It was really nice to take a break. Did find a little poker room down there. It's called Play Win. I actually didn't play, but I did check into it to see if there was any kind of fun action there. From what I understand, the game starts at like 4 o'clock and goes from there. It's mostly tourists. It's very low limit. That was fun. Came back, got into back into the poker scene. We're about in the middle of June. It's been an interesting run. So last month, if you watched the previous video about the results, you know, we barely skated by getting ahead of the expenses. Kind of a weird month, a lot of ups and downs. This month is no different. The unfortunate part is thus far more downs than ups. You know, I came back, had an immediate win, and then immediate bigger loss, and then another loss, and then last night before this video, you know, I had a weird night where I got up right away and then lost it. You know, just in my mind, some beats, some bad play. But the reason for the update is, you know, it's really interesting how, you know, this is give or take our almost third month, and I've gotten some feedback around, you know, what's happening, what's going on with you guys. But now we are full time in the van, me and my significant other, my fiance. It's adding elements that are good and bad. Obviously, it's more companionship, and that part's fun. And for my birthday this month, you know, we took an exception and went out to the Redwoods and truly enjoyed that. But from the poker standpoint, it's become a little more difficult, right? I don't want to stay in places that I may or may not feel comfortable. I want to make sure that she's safe. So it's adding elements of concern. And then, of course, with a little bit of a downswing, we're behind for the month, we're down for the month technically, and then you have your expenses. But it's very interesting to see the journey start to develop into what a real situation would be, what a poker player would experience. And you start thinking about the things you should do, the things you should work on. And of course, Grindlab is a big part of that, right? What am I doing that's working? What am I not doing? The poker game, what am I doing that's working? Oh, and then by the way, I have a job, and you know, we live in a van and we're trying to figure out how to get through everything. It's a lot more challenging than it is romantic so far. And what I mean by that is, I mean, think about it. We're on the move. We're seeing new areas about every 3 or 4 days at best. You know, last night I visited a casino. We're in that lot. We have another casino today that I'm heading to. We're going to be there. Then I've got to figure out what to do for the 4th of July because we don't have a home base. So, my current scenario, I feel a bit overwhelmed. I am obviously struggling a little bit about, is it going to work? You know, if I continue a big downswing, is that going to cause a big problem? Um, you know, is what I'm working on with Grindlab going to be successful? And it's interesting when you're out on your own on the road, how isolating it can be, and how you look at everything and you're like, oh my God, did I make the biggest mistakes? And, you know, what should I do different? And then you start figuring out, oh, well, I'm not doing this and I'm not doing that. I'm giving you this because I think that these types of learning lessons are what makes life worth living. It sucks right now, I'll be perfectly honest. I'm not sitting here going, yay, I'm really glad I'm suffering a little bit. But I could be safe. I could be in a nice little cozy scenario and I never have to worry about any of this. And I'm not sure that I want that. I'm not sure that I want to live my life thinking, geez, I wish I would have tried it. So for right now, what I'm going to be doing is trying to make the best of a bad situation, make the best of the situations that I am enjoying. I mean, being out on the road has its positives. I'm seeing things that I wouldn't have seen, and I'm a part of things that I wouldn't have been a part of. And I have these challenges that I wouldn't normally have. You know, a poker downswing when you're living in a nice house and don't have any problems is not the same as a poker downswing when you're not sure where you're going to be parking the van to sleep tonight. Right now, it feels like I'm whining a little bit, and I don't know if that's what it's coming across as, and I hope it's not. It's really just there is a lot going on. We know that there's going to be ups and downs. So I'm giving you data, I'm following up. I'm hoping that the journey part of it is just as interesting as the rooms and, you know, the ups, the downs, and the reports and all of that. If you want more information, like how we're doing the van life piece, you know, what we're doing when we're not in the van, like when we get Airbnbs, or how we manage, you know, just the facilities of it, I'm happy to share how we manage it, what's made things easier, what we're getting better at. But let me know what you want to know about it from that side. Let me know what you want to know about the poker, like, you know, how are we selecting rooms and things like that. And then we'll just keep things moving along. Thanks for hearing me out. Bye.